I saw this cute article in my Google newsfeed from thesavvybackpacker.com, and the article was titled, How to Buy Train Tickets in Italy. Now, the main reason for me looking at this article was to see whether or not there are other ways for me to find schedules for when I do my research the night before I go on a day trip. This way, I'll have an idea of what time I need to be at the train station each morning before my trip out, and to get an idea of what time I need to be at the train station at my destination in order to get home back to Florence before it gets too late. Now, I've been using the Trenitalia website to do a lot of my research on train departure times, the routes, if it has any stops or transfers, how long a trip takes overall, just to get a sense of how much time I can spend at my destination. So looking at the first site in the article, it mentions Italia Rail. Now, this article talks about how it's geared towards tourists, and by clicking on the From box on the website, it immediately populates with the most popular cities in Italy, and they're all listed in English version of the cities' names. So I typed in the destination city of Arezzo, which is just south of Florence, and for the departure date of just a few days away. Now, the departure filter shows fast trains or high-speed trains that only take about 32 to 34 minutes. However, if I select a direct or a slower train at half the cost, it only takes an hour to get to that city. And as you can see here, there's plenty of trains throughout the morning to get me to the city and back again. And like most other websites, it has a quick route reversing option. And as you can see here, there's plenty of trains leaving Arezzo and returning back to Florence throughout the afternoon. So I believe Italia Rail website is a great place for me to do my research for departure times for my day trips in and around Italy. So let's look at the other options from the article. Omio.com advertises itself as being able to book tickets for trains, buses, ferries, and flights throughout Europe, US, and Canada. Unlike Italia Rail, this website seems to offer a lot more than just trains. So after opening up the website, I still then have to click on trains. And just for continuity, I chose a train from Florence to Arezzo for a few days from now. And this will give me an understanding of whether or not the site offers the same as what I saw on the local Italian website. Just like the other Italian website, this site lists all the same trains and pretty much the same cost. There's a few more clicks and menus that I had to navigate than the other website, but this is always an option for me to research trains. The third website mentioned in the article to research trains is thetrainline.com. Now, like the first website, this site is solely focused on trains, and when I touched the From box, it populated with popular European and UK cities. Unlike the Italia Rail site, this site has its cities listed in Italian. But just to experiment, I typed in FLOR starting out for Florence, and it provided me with options for Florence's main train station in both spellings. This site also allows research to be done with the departure time parameters. So like my previous research, I'm selecting the city of Arezzo for a few days from now and departing at about 9:15 in the morning. Like the other websites, it lists the same range of trains at about the same price. It even goes further by recommending a train that's the fast train with the shortest route time, and it has the same cost as the longer trips. So of the three websites that were mentioned in that blog article, my preference is to use the Italia Rail site since it's focused on trains and focused in Italy, which is where I'm going to be basing my trip from. So those are websites. So out of curiosity, I was looking to see whether or not there's an actual app that I can put on my iPad. So Omio has a app, as well as Trainline has an app. So there's a few more apps out there that I saw that I thought I would download before I leave for Italy, and one of those is Trainit. So it looks like a pretty basic app. I started by typing in Florence, and it came right up as a Florence train station, spelled the way the Italians spell it, as well as in English. So I selected the city of Arezzo again as my destination, as well as a few days from now and in a morning departure. This app looks like it's ideal for what I need to do for researching, maybe even purchasing a ticket from Florence. The SavvyBackpacker.com website also listed a small section in their article about how to get cheap mobile data plans in Italy. Now I'm thinking about getting a prepaid phone and a SIM so that I can do some of these ticket purchases using some of these apps, and I'll do a video of my research and show you what I'm thinking.